Good afternoon, folks. It's the middle of March today, 15th. We're up on this grass field where we had those grenade parts the other day, and I've got a hammered. It's a pretty sizable one as well. Just let me get my close-up lens, and it was a bit windy, but we'll see if we can show it to you. If you just bear with us. Looks like a good one. Yeah, I'll be marching up here, up this field here. Walked right round it. Didn't get a bloody signal, but first signal I did get was quite a shrill signal, and I got looks like I got a quite sizable hammer. Using the old Gold Max again this afternoon. Nothing special about the settings there. As you can see, I got it on the, for once in a while I put it on the coke reject, because I do get a lot of coke up along the edge here. Oh, quite sunny up there, but it's windy. Let me see if I can show you this coin a minute. It's a bit harsh out here this afternoon, the wind's really gusty. Yeah, I can see it, look. It's still in that mud. Look at that, look. That's either a groat or a sixpence, that. There you go. Let's see if I can get a bit of a closer bead on it, hang on. Yeah, look at that, look. That's a big one. It's an Elizabeth. Look at that, look. So we can get a steady hand. It's really windy, and look at that, it's marvellous. That's a 1566 by the look of him. Slightly buckled. Can't have it all, can you? Can't see what the old portrait's like. It's a bit covered in sludge, because this field was well flooded the other day. Oh, brilliant. Let's have a look and see if there is a portrait on there. Yeah, just going to gently wipe it. There is. I'm going to stick it in my coin capsule, and we'll have a look at that when we get back. There they are, first signal. I bet I won't find bugger all now. Amazing. We're definitely getting back, and we'll clean them up for you and see what we got. That's a big hammered. Excellent. There you are, folks. This afternoon in that blustery field, we managed to hook out this lovely Elizabethan sixpence dated 1566. I trooped into that field, walked halfway around it, and first really good signal I had from the Gold Max, and this was in the clod. That don't happen very often. When it does, it makes it all worthwhile. As you can see, it's got a rather shallow portrait of Elizabeth I there, with the rose behind her bust, indicating that it's actually a sixpence. But if you look really closely on the drapery and below her crown, you can't see her ear on this one, so it's the slightly scarcer example that doesn't show her ear in the portrait, so it's making it a little bit more unusual. It has a portcullis mint mark just above the Elizabeth there, indicating that it is indeed 1566, and it is from her third issue, and very, very nice example. Did have a little bit of a crease in it on the side, but I put it in a book and managed to squeeze it flatter, but I'm not going to go too wild with it, and anything is part of it. If anything, the crease is probably part of its history. It's the reason why it's in such a good condition. It's not abraded. It's because that field was a pasture field until recently. It was flooded a couple of weeks back, and I was finding them grenade pieces in the corner, and I just knew there'd be a few nice bits lurking in there somewhere. But first signal, didn't get nothing else for 4.5 hours. Didn't get nothing at all, but that makes it really worthwhile, doesn't it? How often do you get a hammered in such a a decent a grade as that, and a big chunky one as well. Hope you enjoyed it. A little while before I find one another one that good.